Bonsoir les amis, this is Llyane Stanfield. I am back. My phone now is okay. The phone was making a lot of problems here. I had a lot of alerts, so I apologize. I'm going to start over. Hi, this is Llyane Stanfield, and today I'm going to explain to you what is the active mode and why is it important for the French conversation. And the active mode is important to know all active, passive, and reflexive modes, they all three are important to be understood from the grammatical point of view. And I understand that most people may not like grammar very much, but it's just a matter of finding out who is the subject. And it's so important here to know that grammar doesn't care if the subject breathes or not, or if it's a human or not. So the way to find out what's the subject of my sentence, my sentence, is to ask the verb who does that action. And so, by saying that, I'm going to go through the three modes, and I'm going to give you the example, and you will see how that too can be tricky. But everywhere else, this works. Who is pretty? The dress is pretty, and so I chose this particular example specifically because it's an object or a thing. And for that reason, in English, I wouldn't ask who about an object. And but grammar doesn't care about that. Is it people? Is it things? It doesn't. So if you simplify it, you are going to absorb much more grammar and use it, because I don't want you to really know grammar. I want you to know how to use grammar, which is actually the next step from knowing. But know it in action, know grammar in applying it, so that you actually can tell a story, a coherent story, and you get to communicate with the French, which is what you want. So going back to active and passive and reflexive. So I talked yesterday and the day before yesterday. Yeah, I think so. Those are the days, because you can find them here in the group, about the passive mode and the reflexive mode. And now I want to talk about active, but actually I want to put them together. So if I say I woke my sister up, j'ai réveillé ma sœur. Who woke up? I. J'ai réveillé. Okay, let me keep it in the present tense. Je réveille ma sœur. Who wakes up? I wake my sister up, right? So the problem with this is that in English, the default is the reflexive. So when I say I woke up, in English, everybody will understand that I woke up I woke up myself. In French, I will have to add more words, and so I have to say je me réveille, I wake up. Je me réveille, I wake up myself. Because in French, the default is the active mode, meaning je réveille, and I'm going to ask, well, who did you wake up? Oh, ma sœur. Je réveille ma sœur. And that's the active, because the subject, who wakes up, I wake her up. I am the subject, I'm doing the action of waking her up. Reflexive mode, je me réveille. Who wakes up? I wake up. Who do I wake up? I wake myself up. And so the verb réveil is like a ball or an arrow, whatever you like, and throw it in the mirror and it reflects right back onto me. So who does the waking up? I'm doing the waking up. In the active as well. Who does the waking up? I'm doing the waking up. I'm the subject, and I'm waking up my sister. The passive, though, is tricky, because I'm going to say I am woken up by my sister. Je suis réveillée par ma sœur. I'm woken up by my sister. So who does the waking up? My sister does. But in the actual sentence, I was woken up. So the subject is me. In this case, the question will be who is woken up. It's not just who wakes up. Sorry, who does the waking up, right? So who does the waking up is my sister. And who is waken up? So is waken up is the question I'm woken up, so I am the subject, but I am not doing the action of waking up someone. My sister is. I'm going to give you another example. So, peigner, to comb. Je peigne ma sœur. Okay, I like that. Je peigne ma sœur. I comb my sister, les cheveux de ma sœur, my sister's hair. Who is doing the combing? I am doing. So I'm the subject. Reflexive. Je me peigne. I comb myself. So who does the combing? I'm doing. And I'm actually reflecting the action of the combing in the mirror and comes right back onto me because I'm getting combed. And then my sister is combed by me. Ma sœur est peignée par moi. Ma sœur est peignée par moi. In this case, the subject of the sentence is ma sœur. The question is, who is combed? Is combed. The word is part of the question. So who is combed? My sister. So she's the subject, but she doesn't do anything. I'm doing all the work and she's getting combed, you see? So that's the reason the passive is called the passive mode, because the subject doesn't do anything. The object does, which is me. So the subject is passive. It's not the subject doing the action of the sentence. So I really wanted to talk about this a little more because it's so important. Without these three modes, without having an idea about them existing and how to play with them, and actually you play with them all the time in English, there's really no way for you to get to making a nice story the way you really want to, and convey the story to someone in conversation with the French. So that's all I had for you for today. I have to run. I have a course, so I have to run. Please go into the link in the description. Get a rendezvous with me, and you're going to have a chance to actually make a conversation. This is a group 4 conversation, and if you don't make conversation, this group is really kind of not helping you the way it should be. So get the rendezvous, and I hope to see you soon. Stay on your game and don't ever give up on your dream to become bilingual. Learn to speak Parisian French and break your language barrier. Merci beaucoup et à demain. Au revoir.